Good evening and welcome to lesson 4.8. What will we learn today? We're going to learn to divide a mixed number by a fraction and also to divide a mixed number by a mixed number. This just continues to accelerate what we have been doing already in class. So let's get started on it. Find 1 3/4 divided by 2/5. So remember, when we are doing this, that we have decided the perfect method is to skip, flip, and then multiply. So let's look through this example. First, we can estimate that 2 divided by 1/2 is 4. And then when we look at this, 1 3/4 divided by 2/5 equals, now 1 3/4 changed into an improper fraction is 7/4. Remember, we take the 4, times it by 1, add the 3, keep the same denominator. So now we have 7/4 divided by 2/5. We multiply the reciprocal, so we're going to skip 7/4, flip 2/5 with using the reciprocal to 5/2, and then just multiply straight across. So it becomes 35/8, or when we simplify back to by dividing 35 by 8, we get 4 with 3 left over, keep the same denominator. So our check for reasonableness, 4 3/8 is close to 4. Perfect. Okay, here's your first example to do. Remember to skip, flip, and multiply. And when dividing, it's just like multiplying. We cannot do it with mixed numbers. We have to change them. So write that one down. That's question number 1 for your journal. All right. Second example, this time we have 2 mixed numbers. So 5 is estimated to 3, 2 1/2 is estimated to 3, 6 and 3 divided by is 2. So we have to change both of them this time into improper fractions. So 5 times 2 is 10 plus 1 is 11. 2 times 2 is 4 plus 1 is 5. And then we keep 2's as the denominators because these both have a 2. Then we simply multiply. So we're going to skip the first number and leave it alone. Flip the second one using the reciprocal, and then multiply them. Of course, cross-simplifying makes things a whole lot easier. And when we multiply 11 times 1, we get 11. 1 times 5 is 5. Or when we put that back into a proper fraction or a mixed number, it becomes 2 1/5. Okay, here's your next one. So this is number 2 in your journal. 6 1/4 divided by 2 1/2. Remember to not only change them back into improper fractions, but to skip, flip, and multiply once you have. Okay, number 4, much like the last one, 4 2/3 divided by 1 3/4. Change 4 2/3. So 4 times 3 is 12, plus 2 is 14, divided by 3. And 1 times 4 is 4, plus 3 is 7 over 4, keeping the same denominators. Okay, next we are going to multiply these by skipping, flipping 7/4 to now 4 7ths, cross-canceling, so 7 into 7 goes 1 time, 7 goes into 14 2 times, so now we have 2 times 4 and 3 times 1. So 8 over 3, or when we simplify that, it becomes 2 2/3. Okay, here's number 3 for you. Coming up. Here we go. All right, your third question. 4 2/3 divided by 3 1/2. Remember to change them into improper fractions. Skip, flip, and multiply. All right, so for your last example, this would normally be the one that is a story problem. Let's just watch this little video and you can see
Dividing
it.
mixed numbers. At birth, a giant panda is about the size of a stick of butter. By adulthood, the average adult male weighs about 330 pounds. The male weighs about 1 1/5 times as much as the average adult female. How much does the average female giant panda weigh? Since a male panda weighs more than a female, we know the answer should be less than 330. Let's write our information as a division expression. We know that the male giant panda weighs 330 pounds. That weight is 1 1/5 times the female's weight. Rewrite the multiplication expression as a division expression, so we'll divide 330 by 1 1/5. Write the mixed number as an improper fraction. 1 1/5 is equal to 6/5. Now we have 330 over 1 divided by 6/5. To divide fractions, multiply by the reciprocal. The reciprocal of 6/5 is 5/6. Now we can simplify. Divide 330 and 6 by their greatest common factor, 6. 330 divided by 6 equals 55. 6 divided by 6 equals 1. 55 times 5 is 275. 1 times 1 equals 1. So 330 divided by 1 1/5 equals 275.
All right, so now let's look at your final problem. So this is the story problem we just did. And here's your story problem now. Angela completed a fundraising walk in 4 2/5 hours. The walk was 14 2/3 mile long. How many miles did she average each hour? Okay, so your turn. Last one, number 4 in your journal. Remember to put them into improper fractions, skip, flip, and multiply, and back into a mixed number. Have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow.